Hi guys, Tablet-News.com, and I'm here with the iPad mini and a new iOS game. It's called Call of Duty Strike Team. It comes from Activision and the Blast Furnace. The publisher is Activision and the maker of the game is the Blast Furnace. This is the world map. The game Call of Duty Strike Team was launched in early September. It's a bit pricey at $7, and once again we're playing it on the iPad mini. These are some of the missions that you'll have to go through. You can get involved in action in about 4 areas around the globe. You'll get through Afghanistan. You will also get to the Arctic Circle. And let's try to start with something interesting. You also have survival maps marked with red on the map, and with yellow you can see the main missions. Okay, so let's play this one. The game has 2 areas of gameplay, so to say. There is the first-person shooter and the tactical mode that you'll see in a minute. Basically, you're going to see the action from the top using a drone, and that's probably the appeal of the game. The title takes place in the universe of Black Ops 2, so if you're familiar with Black Ops 2, you'll be familiar with this game. You can choose your weapon setup here. Choose between assault rifles, light machine guns, some of them is locked, sniper rifles, powerful or less powerful, silenced or not, and finally shotguns. Okay, now with that we customized our weapons. We can also choose an armor upgrade, pretty pricey, and then you can choose your squad perks. Those include information, the fact that you can hold your breath, reduce audio signature, and other things like that. A lot of abilities to unlock here, as you can see. But let's start the mission, and of course you can also get grenades and mines, but I frankly didn't use them as often as I should have. Once again, this is Call of Duty Strike Team, launched in early September. Okay, now let's see the controls of the game. So we're going to use the left side of the screen to move around and the right side to look around. You can aim with this button. You can shoot with this button. You can see the targets marked with sort of a red triangle above their head. And sometimes the idea of aiming and shooting gets confused with the placement of the button here. As you can see, moving the crosshair is very close to the shoot button, so things may get confusing. Okay, so let me show you the other buttons. Of course, we have the pause button here. Then we have this one, the crouch button, and this one calls your teammates towards you. With this you change your weapon. If you press this, you'll load your weapon. You have a grenade button. You can see your pulse here, so if you're still breathing, you'll know it. It's very nice to play with the sniper. You can actually get to kill enemies much easier than with any other weapons. Or maybe I'm just more lucky. Okay, now here goes the tactical mode. You press that button, and now this is the way you see the action. You can trace your character's routes and command their actions. Then you can select this guy, call him here, create a tactical diversion. One will shoot, one will cover. It's actually a very nice variation from the typical first-person shooter, mindless first-person shooter. The idea is to play as a team, not as a unique fellow. It's a hybrid between a tactical game and a first-person shooter. You can also switch characters. The conversation between soldiers is pretty much cliches, so don't expect too much from it. As I said, I can switch characters and go into first person with either one of these guys. As you can see now I have a machine gun, while earlier I had a mere sniper. There seems to be some commotion here on the helipad. One of the guys is using a machine gun and I'm probably going to die. You can revive him by spending some money, switch to the other character, go to first person, and try to play as a team. Cover the guy while he's getting pummeled. This is the guy with a machine gun, just shot him. The action is getting heavier. And the nice thing here is that if you shoot a guy wielding a machine gun, some other guy will come and take his place. The graphics aren't bad at all, considering this is an iPad mini, which is a dual-core tablet with less than 1 gig of RAM. You can also use some of the weapons you find, like this machine gun, sentry guns and all that. By the way, you can also fly planes at some point in some missions. You'll see that later on. You'll fly drones, you'll fly huge helicopters, even a tank. So it's not all first-person shooter with a character. The action is pretty fast-paced, but actually I have to admit I felt better when playing Modern Combat 4. The action was more intense, stuff was blowing up around me. This feels like a first-person shooter without a soul. In Modern Combat 4 we had that villain who was constantly talking like a madman. Another mechanics you should be aware of is those arrows on the side. You can see they allow you to switch between targets and give you a sure kill, or almost sure kill. Okay, so let's exit this mission and let me show you a mission in a lighter area, Afghanistan for example. That takes place during daylight. You can level up, you can unlock new weapons, there's a survival mode, and I can control a tank, helicopter, machine gun and a turret, but they all have poor control, sadly. Let's try to find the Afghanistan mission. Okay. This one should do the trick. I have to say that from all the missions in this game, the ones in Afghanistan were the hardest. I was constantly getting shot at. Tanks were in the area, air support as well, a lot of machine guns, so it's kind of hard. Sadly, there's no multiplayer here in Call of Duty Strike Team, so you have to deal without it. However, there are some challenge maps with online leaderboards, so you can use those to compare your scores with your friends. It depends on the way you kill the enemy, how much experience point you get. For example, if you kill an enemy with a headshot, you get more experience. If you kill him from a silent mode, you get once again more experience and stuff like that. The game feels very scripted. As you can see, I am leading a team of 2 with another guy that follows me. I was under fire, so I better get back. Switch to first person. As you can see, the pulse is now in orange, meaning I'm in danger, and I have to scout for snipers and shoot them before they shoot me. The dialogue is pretty repetitive. You'll hear all the time snipers clear or the typical G.I. Joe phrases, so that gets boring pretty fast. And speaking of graphics, I said earlier I was impressed by the graphics, but when I compared the game to Modern Combat 4, well, not so impressed anymore. And I just got killed by a sniper. Now I can switch to the other guy and try to cover my guy. Let's switch to the sniper guy and shoot the other sniper. The idea is to never leave a guy behind, so you constantly have to be aware of your fellows' progress and try to keep them in one piece, cover them, hold them to your position. I have to say that the weapons in this game feel more realistic than in Modern Combat 4, so at least that's a good thing. The most annoying enemy unit of the game is the guy with the shield. It's very hard to get past him. The idea is to circle him and kill him. Okay guys, the game is called Call of Duty Strike Team, and its defects are that the graphics are less impressive than Modern Combat 4, the story is bland, there are repetitive soldier phrases, there is no multiplayer, and there's a bit too much sniper action going around, if I can say that. Also, the AI is not very smart. Okay, so Call of Duty Strike Team gets from us a 7 out of 10. It's an expensive game, $7, and frankly speaking, you will not get your money's worth. If they added multiplayer in this game, it would be a killer, maybe as good as Modern Combat 4 was. That's it from Tablet-News.com. Bye bye.